Good afternoon, guys. This is Roejimbo here, and today I'm going to be doing a little first impressions of a new Spiderco that I got. And it's not this Spiderco. This is actually the Man Bug, and it's in the burnt orange Hap40. So I've actually been enjoying this immensely. I really love this Hap40. Aesthetically, I just love that lamination line. If you guys aren't aware of what Hap40 is basically it's this Hap40 steel, which is like a high carbon super steel on the edge, and then it's laminated or sandwiched between SUS 410, I think. Yeah, that's what it says here. SUS 410, which is a much softer but more stain resistant steel on the outside. And so in theory, obviously it makes it so that this knife is you're getting kind of the hard edge that's granted to you from that Hap40, and this kind of flexibility or rust resistance of the SUS. So in any case, it gives it this almost like hamon kind of line look to it, which I really like, and it slices like a demon. I mean, this thing is really sharp, and yeah, I really love this Man Bug, and I really wanted to get some more Hap40, and so as you can see, I've got my burnt orange background. I've got my burnt orange Hap40 Man Bug here, and if you haven't already guessed, we're going to see a little bit more Hap40 in here. But what's this? It's not burnt orange. Instead, we're looking at some jade, some natural G10. And this is actually the Lum Chinese. And I actually bought this from another YouTuber here. If you guys haven't had a chance to check out the KeithKevinKen channel, Kevin is actually the guy running the channel, and he's a member of the the Spiderco Collector Club. Kind of a mouthful, but the point is that he's purchased or has agreed to purchase every single variant that Spiderco comes out with for, I think, the whole calendar year of 2016 or 2017. It might have been 2017. I think he's still part of that club. He keeps on getting new knives, and the guy releases an amazing amount of videos every single day. A new video is out, so go check out his channel. He's a really cool dude, and I really enjoy the stuff that he puts out. And he's this summer been trimming his collection, and so as part of the collector club, he gets all of these knives. This one was a Blade HQ exclusive, and they're numbered with the collector club number, so he's 23. I'm not sure what the V stands for. Maybe if one of you guys knows, you can let me know. But I'm a big fan, as you know. Well, you may or may not know, 23 is a lucky number for me, and I've received it or had it as a serial number on a couple of my other knives, and it's always exciting to see it crop up. And then V is also kind of an important letter for me. So anyways, when Kevin over on the KeithKevinKen channel decided to do a little trimming this summer and thin out some of his collection, and he offered this one up for sale, I knew I had to make it happen, because honestly, I've been a big fan of this Lum Chinese design for quite a while, and it's just about perfect for me in the sense that it has this 3-inch, just slightly over 3-inch blade. I think it's 3.3 1/8, something like that. And then this is in that Hap40. So let's take a look at that blade. Let's see if I can Spidey flick it on the. It's I'm gonna have to learn to Spidey flick this one. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna pop out with a thumb either. All right, let's just roll it out like a gentleman. Don't worry, I'll learn. You saw, I could barely open this thing when I first got it. I'm sitting here fidgeting with it and doing stuff like that. Nowadays, I mean, I can Spidey flick it. So I will learn this. I'll master it. But look at that. I mean, that is beautiful. Let me see if the camera's getting this properly. Yeah, that looks so sick. I love how that Hap40, there's just a nice wide line in between the edge and then where that SUS starts. And it's a pretty even line as well. I know, there's a little bit you can see in here where it's a little more narrow, a little wider at the front. But a pretty similar spacing on front and back with this. I know that some people are really finicky about making sure that that's like perfectly even on both sides. I really don't mind too much. In fact, I actually like it if it's a little bit wavery. Again, it gives it that kind of like hamon line. But past the blade, let's like take a look at this handle a little bit. So we've got this natural G10, and you can kind of see the milled out liners. See how there's these milled out liners? You can see them coming right through that jade scale there. So it's like this nice translucent kind of white, milky green kind of color. I don't know, I really love it. Wow. This is the first time I've held it and properly gripped this, but that is an amazing ergonomics. I was a little bit worried, truth be told, I was a little bit worried about the fact that, there is no jimping, and there is no forward choil, and there is no guard. So, a lot of people worry about this thing, your finger sliding forward. I think that's really only a consideration if you were doing some kind of a thrust cut. But honestly, the fact that this tapers in like that, I think you could apply a fair amount of pressure forward on this thing and still have a really good grip. I'm really not too worried about sliding forward. I was a little bit worried because let me grab the other knife here. I have another knife that's similar to this, or I thought possibly it might be similar to this, and that's the Cold Steel Holdout. This is another one, as you can see, very dirty. My apologies, but I do use these knives. This is another one where there is nothing to stop you. I mean, there's certainly some jimping, nothing really to speak of up here, but it's a scary one because there's not a lot of difference feeling here up into here. So I like this knife a lot. This is a really nice knife. Had it almost a year now, but it's one of these ones where you do feel a little bit nervous about sliding forward on that grip or onto that blade. So I was wondering, is this going to be similar to it? This is also another really thin knife, which people said this is super thin. I think this is, let's see there, yeah, this is still a little thinner. Holdout's still a little thinner. But the point being that as soon as this falls into your hand, I'm not worried at all about this thing, about me climbing forward and hitting this blade. No way. I mean, this thing it indexes so nicely in the hand that I'm not stressed at all. And I think this is just going to be kind of the perfect EDC kind of shape for getting in there and, doing kind of like earlier today, I was using the Roejimbo to make some cuts and cut out like a little square of cardboard for a project that I was working on. And having that tip, that forward tip, being able to kind of do these pull cuts makes this just like an amazing EDC knife. And I think that this will kind of be in that same vein, in the sense that you'll get a lot of power down at the tip here to do these kind of precise cuts. Yeah, this thing is beautiful. I really love this clip. That's a different kind of design than most Spiderco clips. I don't mind the big spoon all that much, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I'd prefer something like this, a little bit less Like, I'm really not sure why there's this big rounded spoon on these things. Does that really help you get it into your pants more effectively? In my experience, it just tears up things that shouldn't be torn up. I mean, not with this knife, but with a Boker. It had a really aggressive clip. I had it in my back pocket and put a hole in the leather upholstery of my Mustang, which was, I mean, a $20 knife, and let's not begin to get into how much it would cost to fix that upholstery. So it's like, clips are important. It's important to have a nice clip. This is a nice clip in the sense that it's not overstated coming up here. And furthermore, it has this really interesting kind of little jig going on. It's not just the same clip that you can swap out with any other knife. So I like that. It just brings some uniqueness to it. The G10 is really nice. This is like a grippiness that is, let's see, would I call it comparable to Emerson grip? It's not quite Emerson, but it's better than the holdout, I'll say that. So I like it. I'm a fan of, some grip, especially for pinch grip type stuff. You really you want your fingers to bite into it. People have always said in the reviews that this liner lock is very thin. I guess I can see that, but it locks up early, it looks like. Yeah, locks up fairly early, and it's very easy to disengage. Let's see if there's no blade play up and down, nothing side to side. I mean, what can I say? It feels incredibly sturdy. It does take some fingerprints pretty well. Let's clean that up slightly. But yeah, I'm really a fan of this so far. Some pretty attractive standoffs back here, and then this little tube for the lanyard. I've never put any lanyards on any knives, but I'm actually thinking about putting a lanyard on this knife. It doesn't seem like it would lend itself because of the smaller, tighter loop back there, but I just think that this would be kind of a cool one to either throw like a, I don't know, like a green or possibly even like a burgundy lanyard on, something similar to this. We'll see. Been thinking about doing a little bit of paracord work in the future here. But yeah, this is a really cool knife. I'm very pleased to have got it. I will do a follow-up and tell you guys how it wears and how I like it after some significant use. But anyways, yeah, this is a cool knife. Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate the chance to own this. And again, you guys should go check out his channel, KeithKevinKen. And yeah, thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Later, guys. Hey guys, quick follow-up. Literally 5 minutes later, I dropped a little bit of oil into this pivot here. And one thing you should notice, be careful with your oil. I got a little bit in between, on this edge here, and then it soaked right under this G10 and immediately kind of, you can see where that oil is beneath the G10 and that scale, which is not a problem. I'll just take this apart, clean that off, and I'll be good. But just so you know, be very precise when you do oil that pivot. And it was a good move oiling that pivot. It is immediately just flickable, thumb flickable. It's super smooth, guys. That's really all it needed, was just a little oil. Anyways, I'm gonna keep on playing with this thing because, oh man, I really love it. Have a great day, guys. See ya.